Welcome to the Mac and Maj podcast. I guess I'm Maj.
I'm still Mac.
You're still Mac. So this is about the 47th and 3/4 time that we record this.
We record. But hey, listen, I mean, we get better every time.
We get better every time.
We get better every
time. For all
time.
you guys know, we're lying right now, and we're just saying that for sympathy.
Yeah.
Hey, wouldn't be the first time. All right. So first and foremost, as we have been saying for the past few podcasts, we are delighted to introduce the sponsor of this podcast, Calor Food. So Calor Food is a meal prepping, meal catering, and also a personal chef service.
Yes.
Provided by Chef Ayman Jabouri. Chef Ayman Jabouri prides himself on his products being completely halal zabiha. So he's got you guys too. Feel free to check him out at Calor Food on Instagram at CALORFOOD.
OD.
Yeah, food is the 2 one, right?
It's the hard one.
Okay, it's the hard one. Yeah, it's the spelling bees as a kid.
But check him out. He has some great content.
Yeah.
He has a lot of services that he can provide you.
Yeah. You could literally say, yo, Ayman, I got a baddie, okay? I told her I know how to cook. I'm screwed. I don't know what to do.
He'll be there.
What happens? What you do is you put up a curtain. He's back in there flipping the just sauteing the sautés and blending the blends. Just anyway.
He's doing a good job.
Speaking of a chef cooking for somebody on behalf of somebody else, which was a famous episode in Friends.
Oh yeah.
When Rachel couldn't cook and Monica.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
We finally. I could say finally, right? I could say finally.
About what?
Friends reunion.
Oh, yes.
We finally got a Friends reunion.
We finally got a Friends reunion that we didn't expect would be this kind of reunion.
So
I think a lot of people thought that the Friends reunion would be an episode.
So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
You want to talk? All right,
let's talk about it.
Let's talk.
So first and foremost, let's start off with the trailer. The trailer came out pretty close to the actual release date.
Yes.
Wow, you just flicked the shit out of your pop filter.
I didn't mean to.
I just did it like to show you guys what he did. But yeah, it came out pretty close to the release date.
It came out very close to the release date. And when that came out, everyone had a feel of what it's going to be like. And everyone was just like, oh, I want to watch it now. So I'm glad that they didn't release it like 2 or 3 months before.
That's one.
I'm glad they didn't do that.
Another thing, and you know, in my opinion, I've been outspoken on this podcast, especially when we were talking about Himyim in Himyid or whatever, or Himyif.
Himyim.
No, I know it's gonna be Himyif. How I Met Your
Father.
Oh
yeah, Himyif.
Yeah. That sounds like something you say when you like go on the couch too hard, like Himyif.
You mean hump?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so I've been outspoken with the fact that sometimes it takes away from the impact of the original series or movie or whatever when you do a remake. We've talked about it with that Himyif. We've talked about it with Space Jam,
Full House.
Full House. So I am extremely, extremely delighted
that they didn't.
That they did not do that.
Can I just
also, they are old, so like it wouldn't even look right.
Well, yes, that's one.
And how can broke people in New York afford much plastic surgery?
And Phoebe said okay, wait, let's not go into it yet. First of all, let's get thoughts.
Thoughts.
Okay. I want your thoughts about how you thought it was done.
Okay, so
don't tell me about details. Just tell me
for the people that don't know how it was done, people initially thought that it was going to be an episode. So what it really was, you know, what you're looking at is a variety of things. First of all, you're looking at the first time all 6 of them are in the same room together since the last day of the show.
And they saw for the first time
the set.
The set
was actually honestly very impressive that they got it to be that, because they took it down. They said at the end that they took down the set
same day.
The same day, because another pilot was coming in. So it's amazing how close they were able to get it. But so basically it starts off with them introducing that. Then you have basically the creators, which was like Kaufman, Broff, and Bright, or some crap like that.
Bright, Kaufman, and Kane.
Kane, yeah. Yeah, sorry, Kane. But yeah, so you have them basically intermittently doing kind of a interview type thing as B-rolls throughout the thing. But essentially what it did was the following. They got together, they talked, they reminisced. In addition to reminiscing, they actually reminisced on old episodes. In fact, one of the gimmicks of this was they were reenacting
My favorite episode.
your favorite episode.
I loved
the one
it.
with the embryos.
The one with the embryos, the game. I
Yes.
remember everyone.
The quiz game.
The quiz game.
Yes.
I told you it was one of the best. I knew they were going to
And
use
throughout
that.
the quiz game, they're bringing on celebrity guests. They're bringing on people like we heard from Kit Harington, Malala. We heard from a lot of people.
David Beckham. That loved the show, that helped those celebrities or those famous people, I would say, get through some, like, for example, David Beckham. He said, I used to travel a lot.
Yeah.
And you guys think like I'm always out, but sometimes I had a lot of downtime.
Exactly.
And during that downtime, I would watch Friends because it
Watch
made
Friends
me
with his
happy.
family. It made or to make him think of his family.
Yeah, so they got a lot of that kind of perspective from like famous people like Malala.
And
like
they
you
did
said.
they incorporated it really intelligently with how they were doing the quiz.
They also did something. If everyone knows Friends, and I'm pretty sure, hopefully everyone does. Phoebe has a favorite, the famous song, "Smelly Cat."
Yeah, Smelly Cat.
What did you think about Katy Perry's?
Okay, guys, this is one of the rare moments where you see a fuck up like on air.
What did I say?
So Mac just said Katy Perry,
Oh, who was it?
and it was absolutely Lady Gaga.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was not even
But
like
then why did her name show up on the credits?
I don't know, but that was Lady Gaga, sir.
Okay, well that's a fuck up, sir.
That's a fuck up. And you know what? We're keeping the shit out of that. Anyway, so Lady Gaga sang Smelly Cat with Phoebe.
Yeah. So how'd you like that?
I loved it.
Really?
I loved it. Now, what made me happy is like, it is this whole thing. I mean, between the Smelly Cat singing with Lady Gaga, the fashion show with all the old stuff, it put a feeling in my heart that even the biggest celebrities, the people modeling the clothes, Cara Delevingne, you had Justin Bieber, Cindy Crawford, you had,
but for me,
such huge stars there.
I know, I get it, but why is Cindy Crawford, right, or Lady Gaga more important than Paul Rudd in a reunion?
Well, you don't know what happened. You don't know.
I know that, but like
they're not. But Paul Rudd, I guarantee you, because they showed episodes, at least a few instances, because they basically did screen reads where they're reading script readings where they're reading the script as like 70-year-olds of like episodes of the past,
yes.
right? And in those episodes, they would flash back sometimes and switch
he's
between
there.
this, and he's there. So my thoughts is Paul Rudd declined doing this.
I don't know if you did. I don't know what it is. Like we have no idea.
We don't have no idea. We're just speculating, but there's a beef there, 100%.
I agree. There's
something
beef.
going on.
Yeah.
There's something going on because otherwise he would be there. They had freaking Gunther. You're telling me that you're going to bring Gunther and
they. By the way, I read. I don't know if you noticed. They released a statement because people asked. They said, "Why wasn't Paul Rudd in this?"
What did they say?
Their excuse was COVID.
Okay, sure, fine.
We couldn't get a lot of people.
And let me debunk one other theory.
Okay.
While we're talking about, everyone was like, "Oh, Matthew Perry's back on the drugs again." That's not true. He was slurring his words a little bit. He looked a little weird. If you saw the statement they put out
about dental shit,
yeah, he had an emergency dental procedure literally hours before they filmed all of this shit.
So why do it?
Well, I mean,
no, why do the surgery? Just wait.
Emergency. Like what?
I get it. But like what was so emergent about it? Let us know.
Emergent. Okay, anyway. so the Friends reunion had highs and it had lows for me. Okay.
So for me, let me just quickly my high is the beginning.
My high was
the beginning.
My high was the beginning.
And the quiz.
And the quiz. I wasn't a huge fan of the quiz, but I liked it.
I loved it.
But my favorite part of the entire thing was when, at the end, they asked, where do you think you guys would be now?
Oh, yeah. You thought that was a high?
So let me tell you why that was a high. Because Lisa Kudrow responded to something around that time, okay? And she was saying that this is the last time we're ever going to do this, right? She was like, people ask, like, are you going to do another episode?
Oh, yeah. And then she turned to the David the producers, and she was like, that's up to them, first of all. But second of all, she said, but I agree, and we talked about this once, where the writers, they left the show and the characters off at a really good place. Yeah. And to unravel all of that.
It's tough.
It's tough.
But
Because they left everyone in a great place.
But following that question, what they did was they then said, okay, you left everyone in a great place. Great. What do you guys think would have happened?
Yeah,
What do
yeah.
you guys think would have happened realistically?
I loved everyone's answer.
I loved everyone's answer, specifically Jennifer Aniston. So Jennifer Aniston.
She said we'd be married, living in Connecticut.
Yeah, she'd be married, living in Connecticut, just
With
having
Ross.
a great time.
Wait. The most shocking.
Shit, we forgot.
Bro, the most shocking news.
Okay, well,
I know you know this.
Let me just say to everyone watching this, I sincerely apologize for not saying this in the beginning.
Yeah, I'm sorry that we didn't. But the most shocking news was when James Corden asked.
James Corden essentially asked the entire cast.
You guys were all young. You're all beautiful.
Sexy. You got a little too into that. I
Yeah,
think he was.
It's okay. But he was trying to make the point for the question,
Yeah,
and then he said,
I think it was a little
"Who did anyone have set relationships?
offset relationships.
And
Yes.
immediately Jennifer Aniston looks at David Schwimmer.
Yeah,
Ross and Rachel.
And for what it's worth, we all looked at Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer.
Yeah, because that's the one we wanted to
So
know.
what we found out is these motherfuckers were actually in love.
They were actually crushing on each
Yeah,
other.
so that first kiss, so essentially this is what we learned. That Ross and Rachel, okay, Dave and Jenny, right? When they first came on, they actually had the hots for each other, but it never lined up because they were always in relationships,
one was in a
and
relationship,
out,
yep.
in and out. And when they actually got to kiss each other,
It was on that episode.
it was on that episode of when, Ross is standing outside Central Perk and everything. And it was on that episode. And what Ross was saying was they used to joke that they didn't want their first kiss to be on film.
Yes.
They wanted it to be, because they used to cuddle and play.
But
and everything.
Rachel, Jennifer Aniston said something that was like really sad. She was like, "We just took all that love and we channeled it through our characters." Which I thought was like, damn, like they had to do that. They had to do it.
Okay, well, first and foremost, I really respect the cast of Friends for actually holding that secret down this long.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
It's been, because we're talking about, this is season 1.
Yeah, but for me,
This is 30 years.
But I don't understand. It's not 30.
It's
I'm not
27.
that old. What?
27.
Yeah, 27.
Came out in 94.
But let me say something real quick about this, and we can move on. But what I was shocked about, not only the cast of Friends,
Yeah.
the people that were there, did they not see this happening under their eyes?
Absolutely. That's why I mean,
Because they were just like cuddling sometimes.
I'm saying not just the cast, but the cast and crew of Friends.
Cast, crew, audience, bro.
Like, they held that secret down.
They did, and they didn't know that everyone else knew.
It was impeccable. It was impeccable.
I loved it.
It was impeccable.
I was like, damn.
You know what? It made me feel. It made me feel like. First of all,
It was real.
It
made me feel like it was real.
It made me feel like it was real, but the whole documentary as a whole, because I'll call it a documentary. That's really what it was.
Sure.
It really was a documentary in some form or fashion.
Yeah, I agree.
more than a reunion
I'd
episode.
agree with that.
Right. What it taught me is that Friends is the greatest comedy show of all time. You can't and you can't debate it, because the international reach that it had was disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, there were people, like, because what they did was, in addition to showing celebrities, they were just showing normal people. People. This guy was like, yeah, I mean, my dad was battling terminal whatever, and he was like, I would just watch Friends because I needed to know what it felt like to still have everything okay within your family. I'm like, Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. I thought it was perfectly made.
Impeccable.
And
Impeccable.
everyone, when everyone sees it and they say, wow, it's an hour and 45 minutes, I think it should have been more.
I genuinely think it could have been longer.
I think it could have been longer. And
It easily could have been longer.
Yeah, they left out a lot of details, and it's okay.
I'm happy they did, though, because I think that the beauty of these types of things is when they end and there's still some open questions. And the reason I say that's the beauty is because, to me, I think if you try to answer every question, like in Game of Thrones, for example, Game of Thrones had to end all of these storylines definitively. It's not like a comedy. Like, people had to die.
No, but that's not what I'm saying. Like,
right? No, but what I'm saying is that there's things I wish you addressed. There's things I wish you relived.
but you can't.
But you can't do all of
unless
that.
you do like a 10-episode documentary.
And I'm like learning just little shit, like when Joey threw out his shoulder when he was
and I didn't
jumping
know
on the
about
chair,
that.
and then they wrote that into the goddamn episode. They
Before
wrote it into the goddamn episode.
It was the episode before it, yeah.
And it so happened that they did a huddle before every single episode, and that was the only episode that they didn't do a huddle. And Joey broke his shit on that episode.
And then they were like, nope, every time we're gonna
Anyway, that was number one of the highlights of this week.
Yes.
Number two, in very, very obviously, Champions League final. So the Champions League final went exactly how I thought it was going to go, except the wrong team won. Like, in terms of, it was just a shit game.
I thought it was very
I think
upsetting.
when English teams showed that when Liverpool played Tottenham in 2019, I believe.
Liverpool, yep.
They played in 2019. That was a shit game. So I was expecting it to be a bad game. But Liverpool-Tottenham, the better team won. Mm-hmm. In this case, the team that played better won. Mm-hmm. But the better team lost.
Yes.
So Manchester City...
I really expected Manchester City to be
huge disappointment.
Very, very
huge
bad.
Disappointment. Okay, let's break this down from a soccer perspective. Though.
Sure.
Let's actually dig into this.
Okay. Can I give my quick 2 cents?
Give your 5 cents.
Sure, buddy. Here's my take on
some
the
bullshit. I know.
It's not. This is my thought. It's all Pep Guardiola's fault. And I don't say that I love, and he knows, I love Pep Guardiola.
And Mac did. So what me and Mac do throughout the week is we know that we're going to have these takes and we're going to talk about this. So we try not to talk about this type of shit during the week, and we try to have a shock factor.
Yes.
That was one thing he couldn't hold back.
I couldn't.
And to be honest with you, let me set the scene.
Why did he change the formation?
Well, Pep Guardiola is notoriously known
to change. I get it.
But I think that there is a certain okay, let me get into this. If you're in a final, okay,
yes.
You know who your lineup is going to be.
No, but
or you're supposed to.
Technically, yes. But let me tell you, because I heard this, one of the commentators on CBS said it, and I agree with him. Pep was scared coming into this game. Do you know why?
Because they lost earlier?
Because they lost twice in the past 6 weeks to Chelsea. So he's like, wait, this is the time I need to change my formation.
Maybe.
And I agree with that.
Maybe.
I think he was psyched.
I think he was psyched, but let me set the scene. Chelsea played well. But let me tell you how they played. So Chelsea was aggressive in the beginning of the game.
Very.
Both teams were aggressive. The beginning of the game, first 10 minutes were kind of garbage. Second 10 minutes, like 10 to 20, were very hot. Both teams were going to like back and forth. You saw outstanding wing play from the wings and the wing backs. Honestly, it was great. Havertz came in, okay? He got a ball through a through ball and put that shit away. Now,
after that, defense.
But let's also remember, if he did not put that shit away, Ederson would have gotten a red card.
Yes.
Because he was outside the box and he hit the ball with his hand.
He didn't.
He did. If you look at the other, he actually hit it with his hand.
I thought he moved his hand. He didn't.
No, he moved it, but he couldn't get out of the way. That's why they were saying, "Oh, was it going to be a red card?" Because I thought the same thing. Because on initial,
yeah, because they said his hand didn't touch it. Anyway,
so his hand touched it. It would have been a red card, right? So Havertz scores 1-0. Then Chelsea did what a lot of us do in FIFA when we're winning in seasons. There's
defensive.
Ultra defensive. They parked the bus. And the bus did not move.
But let me tell you something. So Chelsea, they did everything right, in my opinion. They did everything right. They got their goal, played defense, held the fort. They did it.
I think so, yeah.
City, okay, there's a lot of players that didn't step up. First of all, De Bruyne got killed and he got
fucked. Let's be honest.
He left.
His face looked like
Did
a
you see
pufferfish.
it? Yeah, like the guy just rammed him.
No, I mean it came out. He had multiple facial contusions and like shit like that.
Yeah, he got hurt.
And for what it's worth, he played like shit leading up to that injury.
Yes, I agree. They all did. Everyone did.
The only person that didn't play that bad.
Who?
That didn't play that bad.
Who?
Sterling.
I think Sterling was the worst player.
No, okay. Sterling,
in my opinion, I was just about to say it.
Well, let me.
I'm not. I was just saying what I was going to say.
I understand where you're coming from. For me, I've learned with Sterling that he's going to miss shots. I've learned that.
Yeah, but I need him. Like,
But he's created, at the very least, he was shooting.
trying. Yes, he was trying like more than Mahrez did.
Mahrez played like shit.
Yeah, they all did. All of the front were just crap.
Yeah, but Sterling, to me, at the very least, was shooting.
I don't feel like Sterling should have been up there. It was just he has to.
He was
be
on the
there.
left.
Yeah, but like front left, he was.
So here's
He should have been winger.
Here's the
not
problem.
freaking two strikers. Come on, Pep.
The formation was kind of strange, but what bothered me the most out of the whole thing when we're talking about the game was, and I know this is gonna sound crazy. If you actually watch this game again, the way Chelsea played is annoying to watch because they gave up. Mm-hmm. They gave up. And I don't like when teams take their foot off the gas.
But why if you're winning?
I get it.
I mean, they played it strategically smart.
Well, no. But, I mean, they didn't play it strategic. I think strategically that was the wrong decision, but their players had perfect games.
No, not that. But let me tell you why.
You can't just play defensive 70 minutes. That's a risk.
I understand, but I felt like their risk was calculated. This is what I felt Chelsea did after they got the goal. Somehow they got the playbook of Guardiola. I swear. And they just knew how to stop every single attack. They stopped every single one.
Mahrez missed what should have been. Mahrez missed at least one very should have been a goal.
But then again, Chelsea missed a few too.
No. So let me tell you the difference.
What was his name?
Pulisic. Pulisic didn't miss that goal to me. He didn't miss that goal. To me, Ederson put him in a position where he couldn't have scored.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because he had the ball on his left foot.
If he went around him, he would have got it. Watch it.
But the ball went on his left foot. So he had the ball on his left foot. And his only option, because he can't go that way.
Bro, you play FIFA, switcheroo.
I know, it's not that easy in the real life.
Bro, by the way, do you ever feel that when you were watching? When I was watching this game, I was up. I never sat down. I kept saying, bro, just L1 triangle, do it.
The game moves so fast.
I know.
The game moves so...
It does.
In FIFA.
In FIFA, it moves faster than real life.
No, you'd be surprised.
Bro, the way City was playing, oh my God. They were behind the half, maybe 80% of the time.
When I say move fast, I don't mean FIFA's obviously faster. You're scoring you're hitting 20 shots a game. But I'm saying when you're actually in the game. When you're playing, it moves very fast.
Yes. I'm saying for us watchers.
But all in all, it was a disappointment to me because I think Chelsea parked the bus, and that's not what I want to see from a Champions League final. To me, Pep, obviously, I can agree.
That's what you don't want to. That's what you don't want to see. But they just want to win it.
No, I get it. I think it was a very big risk though because teams that do that traditionally get screwed over at some point.
True.
Like Atletico Madrid is one of the notorious ones for doing that in Champions League finals, and they've lost because. You can't park the bus the entire game with attacking talent that City has and realistically expect that your chances are higher to win than to lose.
Yeah.
Right? But I think Tuchel came in.
I get what you're saying.
Tuchel came in, did a good job. Good strategy. Thiago Silva went out. They put in Flenderson or whatever his name is.
I was really pissed that Pep didn't start Aguero. I'm just really pissed about that.
I'm not mad that he didn't start Aguero.
He should have put Aguero front, take Sterling, put him on the freaking wing
so Aguero when he came on, he was doing stuff. He was
he only had shooting. 10 minutes to do shit.
But to me,
plus pressure.
I don't know.
His last game, by the way.
Yeah, his last game because he's going to Barcelona. I really just don't know how. I don't know how they lost this game. Because to me, this was a huge coaching problem. Okay? Huge coaching problem.
I think it was completely coaching.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with, players didn't step up, but I feel like you didn't
you bring on Fernandinho.
Fernandinho.
He should have started.
He should have started.
That's
what I'm saying.
Okay? Fernandinho should have started. I understand you like to play Bernardo. Bernardo is great. He's a great player, but the problem with Bernardo is he plays the exact same position as De Bruyne. So are you going to say that you're going to put De Bruyne or Bernardo instead of De Bruyne?
You put them both.
So you put them both. I get it, but you can't play both. It's showed because Bernardo doesn't do great when he's on the right wing. He doesn't do that great. And when paired with De Bruyne, Bernardo is a possession guy, right? Mm-hmm. So to me, drop him for Fernandinho. Fernandinho drops back. To me, this is very simple. You play a 4-3-3. It's very simple. It's very simple. He
played it very complicated.
You have Walker, okay? You have Zinchenko. These guys can run.
Walker, by the way, Walker played very good.
He played well. 2 defensive midfielders. Very simple. Put Gundogan and put Fernandinho defensive midfielders. De Bruyne up here. If you want to play Sterling, have a blast. Sterling on the left, Mahrez on the right, Aguero up front.
Why didn't he do that? That's what I'm saying. Why didn't he do that?
And if Aguero's not working, put Jesus in.
Yeah.
Put Jesus in.
He did.
50th, 60th minute. He did put him in.
But like way late.
But way after. And then now you have Jesus and Aguero.
Yeah.
It's the same situation
You
as
have to-
Bernardo and De Bruyne.
In a game like this, you have to start off strong. And I felt Chelsea did it and Man City did it.
When we play FIFA, I always tell you, we need to bring on the player.
Oh, that's different. That's a computer.
But we need to bring on the player because we need to start strong. I don't want to come from behind.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So it's the same because in basketball, for example, you could afford to have a 6th man. Like, for example, the Thunder. They had Harden as the 6th man, right? Even though he was far and away the 3rd best player on that team at that time. Mm-hmm. Okay? So you have him come off the bench. He's playing starter minutes, but he's just coming off the bench because he's playing against their bench.
Yes.
You can't do that in soccer.
Yes.
You can't do that in soccer. You have to set the tone in the beginning because, especially with English teams, once one goal is scored, they change.
Park.
They park.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. And then and I felt look, Chelsea played insane defense.
They played good defense. I would say.
I think they did.
I was very worried when Thiago Silva went down because he went down in the first half.
Yes.
Now, what you guys have to understand is while I predicted Manchester City to win, I've been vocal about this podcast that I want them to lose.
Yeah.
So
For me,
I'm happy they lost.
You know me. I like the
You didn't have a horse in the race.
I wanted City to win just because they never won Champions League before.
And they never will.
And apparently, if they didn't do it with this team,
they never will.
Pep.
They never will. And that's that. I truly believe that. I think
they're
this
cursed.
summer.
Do you think they're just cursed?
No, I don't think they're cursed. I think they made a bad idea. They made a bad decision. like no, I'm not just gonna write it off to a gin. Like
no, it's not them. It's
Pep, but he represents the organization. That's why I said they made
I
a bad
get it,
decision.
but I really wanted to root for him. I really did.
Here's the thing. City's chances are done at winning the Champions League, in my opinion. I know this
You think
might
next
seem
year
like
they can't?
I think that you are going to see a consolidation of power next year. You are going to see, for example, Harry Kane's on Tottenham, right?
Yes.
Harry Kane's probably going to go to Chelsea.
Yes.
Or Manchester City, but he's going to go somewhere. Haaland on Dortmund. Sancho on Dortmund. They're going somewhere. Aguero's going over to Barcelona.
Oh, so you think the situation next year is going to be completely different?
The landscape of the game is going to be different. Mbappe still didn't extend his contract. His contract is up in 2022. Do they really want to risk not being able to sell Mbappe, who arguably, if he goes on the market today, would be the most expensive footballer of all time?
So what are they going to do with him?
They have to sell him. If he doesn't want to extend, they have to sell him.
Where would he go? Please don't tell me Real Madrid. I'll be so mad.
You know, I don't want to speculate. We've talked about it before on this podcast. I think his destination would probably be Madrid, but the problem is they don't have money, right? And, you know, the landscape of the game is going to look different. And because of that, I genuinely don't believe that there's a chance in hell that Manchester City will be able to get back unless they are aggressive this transfer market, not just with buying, but with selling. Because they have some garbage on their team. They have some backups that you no longer need anymore. They have a second team on their squad, essentially. Their second team could
essentially play a whole game.
Qualify top 5 in the Premier League. Their second team. But there's one thing to have talent, and there's another thing to have talent that fits. Do I think Harry Kane fits that team? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. But you're losing Aguero. You need a striker. You need to figure that out. You need someone that's clinical.
Well, apparently they didn't care that Aguero is their striker because he didn't put him.
I guess not. But listen, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about the ban.
Okay.
All right. We'll be back. All right. Okay, so I said we were going to talk about the ban. Now, what is the ban? Now, I do realize that the pause here was about a second. For us, it was a lot longer.
Oh, the ban.
The ban.
Bro, I thought you were saying the band. Like guitar.
Oh.
I was like, what band?
Yeah, I super didn't say that.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't prepare for no band.
So the Champions League, the UEFA has reached out and formally said
Oh, yes.
So essentially, there's 3 teams left from this whole Super League fiasco. Mm-hmm. You have Juventus, Barcelona. Oh, I just let out a little burp. Oh, that was gross. Anyway, and Real Madrid, I guess, is in there too.
And then who's the last one?
That's just them three.
It's just them
Barcelona, Juventus, and Real Madrid. Because
Yes.
Atletico went back and everyone went back.
yeah.
So,
I heard that they're thinking about banning them from the Champions League next season.
yes. So here is the problem that I have with that.
Wait, before you tell me about your problem, first of all, do you think that is going to affect anything?
Yes.
What?
That was my problem.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So my problem with this is a few things. First and foremost, I think that UEFA needs to understand that the Super League is dead.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. So don't do that. Get the money from the fan bases. Have a great time. Just let them stay.
Yeah, stop fighting the war.
My big problem, though, is now you have three teams that any young budding player not going to go there. Why would I go there? Why would Mbappe now go to Real Madrid to not play the Champions League?
Oh, I get it. Yes.
To not
Very
play.
good point.
Now, if you're Aguero, fine. Aguero, you're playing with your brother-in-law or whatever.
Because you just want to chill.
Yeah,
now.
sorry. I mean, you're
Sorry, Aguero is still young.
he's not.
32. I mean, that's technically a little bit young.
Well, the way he plays, he's not young.
Okay.
Like, I mean,
I'm saying age-wise, I feel like he's okay.
age-wise, he's okay. It's just his fitness and everything. Even though he's bulked right now, it's just he doesn't have the durability he once had.
Yes, but anyway, yes, I agree with what you're saying.
And
now
that's
the
my
players
biggest
are
problem.
People are going to be like, oh, should I go to Real Madrid? They might not play in the Champions League. I want that.
Would they want to play in that?
They want to play in that. So that's why they might not go to Real Madrid anymore.
Oh, you want that? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So and this introduces a problem in world football because say what you want about Real Madrid, Juventus, and Barcelona. Those three teams are critical to this landscape because now you are taking three teams away from the bucket that all the stars look at. So now it's going to be even more consolidated, which is gross. That means teams like Chelsea, City, and United are going to have an insane offseason now. Okay? And Atletico doesn't really have the money to really do anything crazy. I think they might get Griezmann, by the way. That's my just bold prediction. They might get him back.
Get him back, right? He played with them. Okay.
Yeah. But then you have put yourself in Mbappe's shoes. Mbappe plays for PSG.
I'm with Mbappe.
Mbappe does not want to play with PSG anymore.
He shouldn't.
French League, cancel. X.
Can't wait.
I mean, French League is X. Like, you can't go anywhere there.
Yeah, I don't know
PSG
why
is
it's
as
there.
good as it gets.
Yep.
You can't go to Spain.
I wouldn't.
Because now it's Real Madrid, Barcelona are banned.
I want Mbappe
So you can't
to go to England.
So you can't go to Spain.
Nope.
You can't go to Italy because they're broke, so it's not even an option. But
they're making some money now, but keep going.
Well, I mean, Inter Milan, Antonio Conte literally just left the team because
But
they were selling
got their boy back.
They got their boy back, but because they were selling $80 million or 80 million euros worth of players. So they're selling Ashraf Hakimi, for example. They're looking to sell him, which is just like shit. But Italian League X, he's not going to go there.
Okay.
You're left with the English League and the German League. He's not going to go to the German League. This guy's not going to go play with PSG. All he has now is the English League.
Go to England.
In the English League, there's three teams that could afford him.
United.
City and Chelsea. Those are the only three teams that could realistically afford him.
But if he goes to United or City, oh my God.
Oh my God, but that sucks. Because
why?
Because I like the pool of teams that someone could possibly go to be bigger. Because for the case of Mbappe, sure, go to one of those. But for other players,
okay. I see your point.
But for other players that aren't attackers or that, for example, like if you're like Sancho, where you're a right wing, okay, you can't go to City because they have Mahrez. Okay. You could maybe go to Chelsea or whatever. But at this point, because there's only three teams that these guys would realistically go to, Sancho, Haaland, and Mbappe, given the fact that this Champions League ban has occurred, all three of them can't afford these guys. So now they're going to be stuck where they are.
Yeah, but now they'll just take one of them.
No, but what if Haaland's like, I don't want to play for Chelsea. I only want to play for United. And then
stay where you are.
Then United's like, I wish I could get you, bro, but I'm prioritizing Sancho this offseason. Let's try next season. And it ruins the landscape to me. It does. And now you're going to see Barcelona, because they're broke, Real Madrid, because they're broke, they're going to start selling a lot of players, which is a damn shame because I think this is the beginning, depending on how long they decide to die on this hill, of the demise of the Spanish league. Like that, the demise for not ever, but the near future. Because if UEFA cuts them out, no one's going to want to go there. And they're not going to, without UEFA, you know how much money that brings in? Yeah. They're not going to be able to buy players anymore. They're going to have to sell everything.
It really bummed me out for a second.
It really is so depressing.
It is, because I don't, and I've voiced this on this podcast multiple times, I freaking hate Barca and Real Madrid.
That is perfectly fine.
I hate them.
But.
Yes. But they do make it nice to watch soccer.
I will continue to say that we need
not now.
We need big clubs in this sport. We need
big clubs.
You need big clubs. You need small clubs. You need every club
in every
country,
in every whatever market league.
Yeah, yes, you need because to me, if you, I don't like the consolidation of power. Like the NBA is it's awesome. I love watching it. But to me, it's kind of annoying that if you live in China, you have to watch, like, if you want, or let's say not China, because they have actually good quality basketball there. Say you live in the UAE, where we live.
Yes.
And I want to be a basketball fan. I have to watch the NBA.
Got to.
What am I going to support Nadi Al-Ahli? Like, what do I look like? So you have to watch the NBA.
Oh, man, beat that out.
No, in all seriousness, though, like...
Even though they have amazing players.
They have amazing players, yeah. But like,
what's the
bar?
Yeah.
And now if the bar is set by one league, say the English league, is so high.
You have to go there.
Yeah. And then the Champions League is no fun because every time the English teams are going to win.
Yes.
An English team has been in the Champions League 3 times in the past 4 years.
Who?
There has been at least one English team in the Champions League final 3 times in the past 4 years. Liverpool did it in 18 against Madrid.
Yep.
They lost. 19 Tottenham versus Liverpool. Liverpool won. 20 no team went. And then 21 it was
2
Chelsea and Man City. So you're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4 unique English teams that have gone to the Champions League final in the past 4 years.
Yeah.
In the English league has always been the best one.
It's the best.
In my opinion, not always, but like let's say
for me, it's always been
actually the
it's
the competition.
It's stable,
and there's competition.
Yes,
right. But yeah, it's unfortunate.
Italian league had its prime, bankruptcy. Shit happened in Italy, went down, and now they're still recovering. Spanish league got the 2, maybe let's say 3 teams.
They have 3. Let's be fair. Atletico won the league.
Let's say 3. Let's say 3. You know, but hey, Leicester City won in.
Anyway, it is frustrating. I do not agree with the UEFA ban at all. I don't think
they'll go through with it.
I don't think they'll go through with it either. And
it's just a scare.
I think it's just petty. Like
it's a scare. It's a scare tactic.
Like it's a scare tactic, but like the Super League's not going to work. Like all these big clubs already pulled out.
Can I ask you a question just to finish this topic off in terms of the ban? Because you're a Real Madrid fan.
Yes.
How would you feel as a fan that Real Madrid is not in the Champions League?
I think every single fan.
You.
No, I think that this is unanimous. Every single fan, when the Super League was formed and the initial threats came from UEFA that they were banning from the Champions League.
Did they stand by UEFA? Or?
With UEFA.
Yeah, with UEFA.
Because that's what soccer's about. You cannot cheat the system. You cannot. The beauty of UEFA is it takes, in each country it's different, but let's say in England, they take the top 4 clubs.
Yep.
They don't give a shit who those 4 clubs are.
Yeah.
They take the top 4 clubs.
Yeah.
Super League, it's like, no, we're going to take the best 5 clubs from England, the best from here, and they're always going to be in this league.
But do you know what's funny? If Real Madrid and Barca are not in, let's just hypothetically they'd get them the ban. Who's the next 4 from the Spanish league?
I have no idea. I legitimately...
You can't even name them.
I don't want Sevilla... Like, it's probably Sevilla, Athletic Bilbao, Real Sociedad. Like,
yeah, imagine.
I don't want to see that shit.
Imagine.
Like, anyway, let's change the subject.
Yeah.
So the NBA.
NBA now.
Okay, so as of today, only one team has been eliminated.
Yeah, isn't it?
The Heat.
The Heat from Utah.
From Milwaukee.
From Milwaukee.
Yeah. So the Heat got eliminated in a sweep.
4-0.
Let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, these dudes went to the finals last year.
Yes, but I mean, come on, the Bucks. They're good.
The Bucks, look, the Bucks
They're good.
definitely, with the addition of Drew Holiday, and they've made some other additions, but to me, the Drew Holiday addition specifically, right,
Made
for
it.
Bledsoe just changed everything.
Just killed it.
It changed everything. So it truly looks like Milwaukee is a force to reckon with in the East, right? The other series, I mean, I don't want to say it's all but decided, but for the most part, so the Nuggets and the Blazers are tied.
Yes.
They're tied at 2-2. They're going. This airs on Monday. They're going to be playing Monday night, I believe. Right? Am I wrong?
It is.
It's Monday night, right?
Yes. What's today? 30th?
Oh no, they don't play tomorrow.
No one plays tomorrow.
Well,
Tomorrow's
no, they
Memorial
do.
Day.
No, they do. But
There are teams that play tomorrow.
yeah, so the Trailblazers and Nuggets are actually playing on Tuesday. But
Let's take this one by one, bro. Just go to the East. What's happening in the East?
so the East, let's start
Sixers
with
are
the Sixers.
killing.
The Sixers and the Wizards. Sixers are getting through that.
It's already 3-0.
It's already 3-0. Ben Simmons was in Georgetown on Sunday, literally just chilling. So that's a thing.
Atlanta's beating the Knicks.
Well, no, let's go one. Let's do this. So that was 1. 2 is Brooklyn and the Celtics.
Okay.
Brooklyn's up 3-1. They just put up 141 points against them.
120.
Kevin Durant had like 42. Kyrie Irving had 39.
But
what
that's
are you gonna
insane
do?
that the Celtics are able to get like 126 and lose by 20.
They
Like,
play hard.
They do.
I gained some respect for the Celtics. They played hard. They had
play
Kemba
hard.
and Robert Williams out for game. Game 4. So great play. I mean, 3 and 6. That's Miami Milwaukee and Miami. We already talked about that. And then 4 or 5, Atlanta and the Knicks. Atlanta's up 3-1, dude. Atlanta won. They beat them by 17. They're really blowing them out in game 4. We both had the Knicks winning.
Did we? Did I say the Knicks?
Yeah, we both said the Knicks. I think, this is just a classic case of...
They're equally strong or weak.
I just
one.
think the Knicks weren't ready for the playoffs. I think that's what it comes down to.
Or the Hawks were just, better.
And the Hawks are, I think, obviously, like, they have higher potential. They have a higher ceiling. Trae Young has a higher ceiling
Yes.
than Julius Randle, right?
Yes.
But
Yeah.
So there's that. That's the East. In the West, what? Okay, in the West, you have the 1 and 8. That's the Utah and Grizzlies, right?
Okay.
They're playing Monday night. The series is currently tied 2-1. The Grizzlies won 1 game, but that was with Donovan Mitchell being out. The Utah Jazz have since won 2 games in a row, so I don't think we're going to see any surprises there. I think the Jazz are going to pull that one out.
I think they will.
Then you have second, the Suns and the Lakers. Now, this is interesting.
I think this one is the most competitive one.
This one is very interesting because we just had a development that Anthony Davis is now day-to-day. So Anthony Davis fucked up his groin.
He's gone, right?
So he left the game very early in game 4.
But they don't know if he's coming back, right?
He's day-to-day. They're saying it's day-to-day. So he could be back. The road is hard for him to come back to next game, but maybe the game after that.
Okay. So it's 2-2 right now.
It's 2-2 right now. The Suns basically just went up 100. They won 100 to 92.
Yep.
I mean, you saw contributions from everybody. That's why the Suns is such a special organization. Like, you're getting production from everybody when they're at their best. Like, no one needs to score 30 when everyone's at their best. Everyone is scoring like 15 to 20, and that's why they kill you.
Yes.
But this is interesting because it's tied 2-2 and they don't have Anthony Davis.
I think the Suns can win if Anthony Davis does not play.
If Anthony Davis doesn't come back, let's do this.
I'm pretty
The
confident.
game on Tuesday.
Suns.
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 You're saying Suns?
I'm saying Suns. Well, because Anthony Davis will not play on Tuesday. I know that.
They shouldn't let him play on Tuesday because if Anthony Davis comes back, Tuesday is game 5.
He might be gone after that.
He might be gone after that. So wait till game 6.
Exactly. Let him come back.
And you have a
game
better chance of winning 2 games in a row.
Then,
To me, than playing Anthony Davis, aggravating
risking
the
it.
injury. Even if you win, if you aggravate the injury after you play the Suns, you are going to have to play the Nuggets or the Trailblazers. Okay, and the Nuggets, if you play the Nuggets, you need Anthony Davis to guard Nikola Jokic. You need Anthony Davis to guard Jokic.
You do.
But that one's going to be interesting. So that's Suns Lakers. That's 2-7. So 3-6. Denver, Portland. That series is currently tied.
Yes.
2-2. The Trailblazers just took the last game and they won by 20.
That's also a competitive.
Now, granted, they won by 20. They were at home that game. My opinion, I think the Nuggets take game 3.
I think so too.
Or sorry, not game 3, game 5. Game 6 is the toss-up. But I think that I'm still comfortable with saying the Nuggets still take this series.
I think this will go to a game 7.
You think it'll go to a game 7, really? Interesting. Okay.
I think it's one of, like, you have to have one or two that go to game 7.
Okay.
I think this is the one.
And then you have the Clippers and the Mavericks.
They're playing. They're
playing as we speak. We are recording this Sunday night. The Clippers are currently up by about 10 points. The series is
2-1 for Dallas.
2-1 for Dallas. I think the Clippers will take this one home.
Really?
This game.
I don't think so.
No, I think they'll win today's game because Luka is slightly tweaked.
Really?
He's slightly tweaked. Is that the right? He's slightly injured. Slightly.
I think he'll win it.
Yeah, I hope he does.
They'll come back.
I hope he does.
I think so. We'll find out.
I hope he does. I truly so that's the 4 and the 5 there. So right now I don't see an immediate cause for concern for any of my predictions other than Atlanta and New York.
Yeah.
Like that one's done.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't come back from a 3-1 lead unless
but
you're
I think I named all of them correctly. Except the Knicks.
Yeah, everything else I think we have.
Hey,
but
Knicks is not over yet.
But that's the first round. That's how the first round normally goes.
Yeah.
So once the first round wraps up, I think the first round, worst case scenario.
The betting is usually at a low.
It's the first round worst case scenario is slated to wrap up on next Sunday, right? The games that are next Sunday that are supposed to hypothetically be the last ones are game 7 of the Hawks and Knicks. It won't get to a game 7.
No.
To me. Wizards and 76ers, it won't get to a game 7.
Lakers and Suns will.
Lakers and Suns, game 7 is on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm talking about Sunday.
Stretching. Okay.
So, and then game 7 for the Grizzlies and Jazz. I don't think it's going to get there. I think the Jazz are going to win the next 2 games. And Mavericks and Clippers, I don't think it's going to get there. I think it's going to end in 6. Whatever direction it goes, I think it's ending in 6.
I agree with that.
So, let me tell you. So when
you had something to tell me.
No, let me explain something. When we recorded this last part, the score for the Clippers Mavericks game.
Oh yeah, what was it?
Was 28-19.
It was 28-19.
So now we're currently recording the rest.
The game's done,
and that wasn't the intention. We just wanted. We were going.
We're going, bro.
It's 71-47 now. Forget the score. Just look at the fluctuation. Look how long it's been of us trying. Anyway.
It's a very important topic that we have to talk about.
Rugrats is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Nickelodeon.
Rugrats is back, ladies and gentlemen, and I do not understand it at all. So I actually broke this news to Mac. We don't like to lie to our listeners. He didn't know prior to the first recording, but by the time we hit number 4, we realized that it's time to stop lying. Yeah. Let's just record it, and it worked the time that we decided not to lie.
Yeah.
So
Maj told me
honesty wins.
I get it. Okay. So Maj told me to look up Rugrats Reboot on Google.
I did say that.
I did that, and then he was like, just look at one thing. I was like, what? He's like, just look at the animation, and I looked at it.
It looks like
terrible.
It looks like if you got a Bitmoji.
Oh, bro, this is perfect. Look, I'm gonna
try to show them. And you inflated it.
I'm gonna try to show them.
Or we can picture in picture.
Yeah, I like this way better.
Yeah, we're just gonna add it.
Yeah, look at it.
Okay, can we add that picture?
I can do it, bro.
Okay.
I'll show them.
Let's add that picture. It just
looks bad.
So it looks really bad. It looks like if a Bitmoji got stung by a bee and its face got inflated. It looks really bad. And the tough thing is like when you were growing up as a kid, were you a Nickelodeon guy? Did you watch Rugrats as a kid?
I did. I definitely watched.
So this goes back to the conversation that we had earlier about friends and reboots. Sometimes you leave things alone. Now, this is the second reboot they do. Because let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen.
So Rugrats was them as babies. They stopped it, and then they brought it back as called All Grown Up.
And they were grown-ass high schoolers. Dill, Pickle. Oh, no, his name was Dill Pickles. His name was Dill Pickles.
No.
Yeah, it was.
His name was Dill Pickle?
Dill Pickles.
No way.
That was the joke, bro.
I didn't even know that. See, kids don't understand these jokes.
His name was Dill. There was an episode where the babysitter was like, "I hate dill pickles," and they're like, they got depression because they thought they were talking about the kid. No, she's talking about the mkhallal, the actual the actual. She was talking about the dill pickle. Okay.
Where are we in this discussion? Where are we?
It just keeps. So what had happened was.
No. Forget about what happened.
Okay.
Go back to what you were saying.
Okay. So I said mkhallal. Okay. Mkhallal means pickle in Arabic. Mac lost it. I saw Mac lose it. Therefore, naturally,
lose it.
I lost it. And when we lose it, we completely disrespect the sanctity of our audio.
Right. So I don't know if I said this or I imagined it. It's late, guys. But kids don't remember this stuff.
No, they don't.
And they don't realize it.
They don't. And this happens with a lot of kids shows.
Kids shows like SpongeBob.
Yeah. SpongeBob was a freaky deaky mother trucker.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
kids, like when I watched it, I didn't see a problem with it.
No, he was. I mean,
But now when I watch, because it's always on
bro,
Nickelodeon,
have you even seen Squidward's nose?
I have. But that's not the issue.
Anyway.
It's everything else that they talk about. But Rugrats is coming back.
Yes, and we already
Dill
talked
pickle.
about this. The dill pickle.
Yep.
It's just really weird to me that you have a show, and we talked about reboots and how we hated it, but you have a show. Okay, now all the people in that show are grown up. Like this is if they did Friends, okay, and then everyone from Friends is grown up like today, and they shot all grown up.
Yeah,
Friends, and then they somehow reversed engineered time.
But so you watched Rugrats, right?
Of course.
Okay, did you watch All Grown Up?
I did watch All Grown Up.
I loved both.
I mess with all, but it's easier to do with animation. I
guess.
because they're voice
But
actors.
now they're just redoing it when they were kids.
Yeah,
Which I don't like. Honestly.
I don't understand the use case.
Well,
Let's bring a 9 to 5 word into the pod world.
sure.
I don't understand who this is for.
For our kids.
Because look at this, Space Jam 2. Right? We talk about this a lot.
Yes.
You're gonna watch it, right?
I have to.
Okay, we have to watch it.
Yeah.
Right? The Friends reunion, we have to watch it. How I Met Your Father, you have to watch it.
Yes, because you want to see. But that's the problem.
But Rugrats, I don't have to watch that.
I'm not
going to watch that. I'm not going to watch that.
I'm not going to watch Rugrats.
What, will you show it to your kid with that animation? No way you will.
I'll show them the older one, the one that was done in 1990.
Exactly.
It's better than this.
Exactly. This literally looks like
Crappy animation.
a blow up Bitmoji. That's literally what it looks like.
I wonder why. Like, there's very good animation out there. It's just,
You know what? I wonder what Reptar looks like.
Does Nickelodeon not have the technology that Disney has? I don't get it. I'm confused.
Nickelodeon's animation has always been weird like this. Like, do you remember the Jimmy Neutron?
Yes.
Yes,
I know what you're talking about.
The Jimmy Neutron, Timmy Turner crossover.
Yep.
When it was just a weird.
When they just brought two shows together.
Yeah, and it was like a weird 3D.
It was this.
It looked like that.
It's this.
It looked like that. Same animation. But that was in like 2006. So you would think 15 years of
That's
innovation.
what I'm saying.
That was before the iPhone, bro.
Yes. We have like LiDAR scanners now on this.
Okay. Anyway.
Which is interesting to me.
It's interesting to me.
It's going to be on
Paramount Plus.
It's going to be on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, that was the last part. It's going to be on Paramount Plus. Now, Paramount and Nickelodeon are pretty much synonymous. Paramount is behind Nickelodeon. So a lot of these shows that you see, like these reboots of Nickelodeon, they're going directly to Paramount Plus.
So I hate I'm going to change the subject
bring
immediately.
It up. Bring it up.
So every night, Friends is on Nickelodeon.
Correct. Yeah.
Why can't they have it on Paramount Plus? I know you don't know the answer, but like, give me an opinion because that's weird to me.
Can I tell you my theory?
They still have an agreement.
My theory is that they licensed it to Nickelodeon.
Yeah, but now it can be on Paramount Plus if they own.
That's a different license. That's a different license. They licensed it to Nickelodeon. They didn't license it to Paramount.
But Paramount owns Nickelodeon.
Well, but Nickelodeon is a subsidiary. You didn't make the deal with the parent company.
I'm gonna search it.
Like, for example, if I did a collaboration with
Calor Foods.
With Calor, no, but if I did a collaboration with Dasani, okay. Say I am
brand.
Say I am. Let's just say I'm a fruit brand. What's a fruit brand? Like Chico or whatever, the banana shit.
Oh, okay.
Like one of those things. And say I have oranges. and I'm like, I want orange Dasani. And I write a contract. It's like, I want Dasani and oranges to have a collaboration.
So what? You can do that. You own them.
You can do that, but then you can't say that I want Coca-Cola. Oh, they're two separate entities. Did you not understand that?
No, I get that.
Yeah, but then Coca-Cola can't be like, okay, we want to use your oranges in our drink now. That's a whole separate agreement.
I get it.
It's like you agreed with Dasani. You didn't agree with Coca-Cola. It's like a specific product.
So, okay, fine. Rugrats is very nice.
Yeah, so my thing is,
I get where you're saying.
They're licensing it to a subsidiary of a conglomerate. So the conglomerate, while it rolls up to the conglomerate, the agreement is technically with the subsidiary. So I think that's what they do with television and shows. They license it out to different networks for whatever fee.
Above my pay grade.
Yeah.
I'll just watch it.
Yeah, and that's me guessing with like business savvy. Like that's not fact.
No, I get it. I would have thought the same thing if I had to like give a reason.
Look, if I was on the spot in a classroom, a professor asked me, and I need to pull something out of my ass, that's my answer.
B+.
B+? I'll take a B+. All right,
just because I'm not convinced.
Okay, that's fine. All right, guys. Well, it's the Memorial Day weekend. I wish I would tell you we were about to barbecue. If we barbecued at 11:25 p.m. Actually, we can't. Okay, so
I'm not.
Dill pickle, guys. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you doing everything that you guys do, watching, listening, subscribing. Pray for Palestine. Pray for everybody. We will see you guys next week. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow. Not just Mac and Mods, but Calor Food as well. And we will see you next week. Signing off.